March 27th, 2025. It is time for Third Eye Thursday. And if you're new to my channel, what that means is I'm going to ask spirit guides to give us a message for the community. I have no agenda, no questions, no prompt cards. I'm just going to find out what spirit wants us to know. And after I get the Third Eye Thursday reading, I will ask spirit to help me get some questions answered for the viewers. So if you want to pop in your question in the chat box, I will be happy to read cards for you as soon as the Third Eye Thursday reading is finished. Good morning, Divine Timing. How are you? So here we go. I'm going to start shuffling for Third Eye Thursday. And if we could just have a message for the community. What do you want us to know? There we go. Feeling connected. What do we need to know today, spirit guides? Who wants to chime in? Message for the community. Highest good as always. Whatever you want to tell us is what I will read. Here we go. Okay. Knight of Wands in reverse. Maybe some people, good morning, Vita M, how are you? Some people may be feeling a little bit worn out. Maybe there's a creative block, something lacking motivation, just feeling sort of depleted. Also of note is when the Knight of Wands comes in reverse, it's important not to rush into anything, okay? Don't jump the gun. You need to take today and find some peace and joy. All right. Today is going to be a day to engage in those things that bring you comfort. And particularly, especially if you're feeling unmotivated or creatively blocked, see if you can do something that you used to do as a child. Okay. I'm feeling that coming through really strong today on this Six of Cups. If you, I don't know, if you used to collect stickers, maybe go out and look at some stickers. If you used to like to make daisy chains, go make some daisy chains. If you like to play treasure hunts, go for a nature walk. Do something, roll down a hill, you know, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be a big event. It just needs to be something that helps us connect to our inner child and find that spark of joy again. Also, what's coming through is do something kind for someone. Make today a day where you are spreading joy, all right? That is going to help you feel motivated and re-energized. It's about spreading joy today, all right? Yeah, the star coming in reverse. This is how we need to heal right now. If you are feeling in any way depleted or unmotivated, it's going to start bringing you down. And for many people, at least in the US right now, you're probably feeling like it's the beginning of spring. I should be really energized and motivated to go outside and do things. Maybe I want to do some spring cleaning. If you're not feeling that way, and you usually do, you could be finding yourself wondering, why? Why am I feeling so down and blue today when I usually would be feeling great? It's because there's something drawing down that energy. And in order to reconnect, you've got to do something fun and you've got to spread the joy. That's the Hangman coming in reverse here. There's something that we're missing. There's some reason that if you're waking up this morning and you're feeling a little off, you're looking at things too small. You're focusing in too small, and you need to expand your horizon today, all right? Have some fun. Connect with people. Three of Cups. Get refilled. You need to make today about refilling. Okay, just refilling. Just keep on saying that. Today I'm going to refill. And you're going to refill with joy, and you're going to spread joy however you can. It could be telling somebody at the grocery store that you like their hair. You know, it could be letting somebody in on the highway. They want to merge. It can be knocking on your neighbor's door and saying, hey, I just want to let you know I think you're a great neighbor. Whatever you can do, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be a hero today. You're just going to spread some kindness. Yeah, and this is going to get you out of this slump where you're kind of looking at the negatives. This is exactly what's needed. So that is our message from Spirit today, our Third Eye Thursday message. If you're feeling down, creatively blocked, reconnect with your inner child, spread some love and joy, okay? And that's going to get you back on track. All right, thank you for that Third Eye Thursday reading. Is there another card coming in for us? King of Cups. Yeah. You know what? Some of you are feeling down today because there's a strong emotional pull today, astrologically, or maybe it's the moon, or whatever it is, the time of year. Something has us pulled emotionally. And that is why if you're feeling down at all, you might be feeling more down than usual. And if you're feeling up, you might be feeling more up than usual. Okay, there's something that's a little off balance. And this is how to find that touchstone today. Okay? All right. Thank you for that Third Eye Thursday reading. Let me shuffle these back in, and then I will take a look at the comments section and find out what questions need to be answered. All right, let's see. Divine timing. I'm struggling this morning, but I'm grateful for the good in my life. Well, that's kind of funny. What guidance do my guides have for me today? All right. I feel like that Third Eye Thursday reading was probably... Like, I think if you're struggling today, you're not the only one, and that's why that Third Eye Thursday reading was what it was. So let's see if you can get some personal guidance today on that. That was the community reading. So know that you're not alone. That's the first thing you should understand, is you are not alone in your struggle today. What does divine timing need? What is the guidance for divine timing? Spirit guides, please. Specifically from spirit guides. There's cat hair. I have no idea how much cat hair I have ingested over my life. I could probably make a whole cat if I had, like a way to collect all of the hair, the cat hair that I have consumed. Hierophant. Divine timing, your first card coming in is the Hierophant. So let's pull a few more cards and see how this Hierophant is significant for you today. The Sun, the Magician, holy mackerel. And then the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And then the Knight of Cups. Okay, so divine timing. I think the reason that you're struggling today is because things are a little off balance, okay? Something energetically speaking is a little bit off balance, and you need something to bring you back to a place of feeling stable. I don't know if you can reach out to a mentor or lean into some source of wisdom and experience. You need someone to kind of hold you up today, all right, if you're struggling. And you need to find someone who's really grounded to do that, all right? It's like you're full of this energy, and the energy doesn't know where to go. And that's why you're feeling off balance and you're struggling, because you kind of have it and it doesn't know what you're going to do with it yet. Are you going to shuffle that into anxiety or worry? Are you going to push that energy into healing? Are you going to push it into action? It's like right now there's this ball of energy in you and it needs to know where to go. And if you're struggling to know where to put it, you got to lean into the Hierophant. Okay? So if you can't think of anyone that you can reach out to today to get a little bit of grounding, I would encourage you, based on what your spirit guides are suggesting, to take a moment to get regrounded in a way that you are most familiar with. Okay? Like, pick something that is a ritual for you and focus, be really present on a ritual today to help you know where to put this energy. All right? There's also a factor with the sun coming in that something is being illuminated. All right? I'm getting the idea that there's energy in place right now because something is about to be illuminated for you. It's gonna, there's a light that's gonna shine on an area of subconscious, and it's going to promote some kind of growth or change. And in order to best understand that, you've got to have that ritualistic touchstone, something that is consistent, something that you have done since for as long as you can remember. Okay. And here's that Knight of Cups. It's what is needed in order for you to know where to push that energy, where to let it flow. All right. So if you're struggling, if you're feeling unsettled, understand that there is a reason for that. And the best way to find out what needs to be illuminated is to do something that you have done a million times before, something that you're really familiar with. You don't have to think about, it could be whatever you want it to be: art, crocheting, meditating, listening to music, going for a walk, something that gets you centered. All right. And that's going to help you direct the flow of energy. Okay. So the Magician is here. Let me take another look at this because I feel like there's more coming with this Magician. Yeah, that's the thing. You've got everything at hand right now. There is something for you to do. Almost the feeling of like, oh, I'm forgetting something. What was it that I was supposed to do today? Or what was I supposed to say today? It's like you need that illumination to remember, to sort of lead you and guide you into what it is you're supposed to be doing today. Because everything is in place, but it's off balance. All right. I hope that that's making sense. I hope you're receiving that message the way it's intended. Everything is there, but it's like you've got too much on one side and not enough on another, and you've got to get centered, okay, so that things start moving where they got to go. All right. That's going to help you today in your struggle. There's a reason that you woke up struggling today. All right. Thank you for letting me read your cards. And thank you for that answer. Gennaro, thank you. Chasing Peace, good morning. Stephen Yuri, good morning. Forever Life, the Spirit Never Dies. How about breakfast, brunch? Do you got out date? I was feeling down until I saw you. I hope that Spirit brings you so much joy today. The Bill of Rights, thank you. Tubers 93, awesome. Okay, good. I'm glad that got you where you need to be focusing, divine timing. Okay, so Stephen Yuri, your question is, what's the best route to take / answer? What's the best route to take / answer? Oh, I'm feeling like maybe the Aquarian deck needs to come out. scared the daylights out of a cat. Stephen Uri. What's the best route to take? Answer. What's the best answer? What's the best route to take? For the answer. What's the best route to take? Answer. What's the best route to take? Answer. What's the best route to take? Come on in. Welcome, friends. Okay, first thing I need to take note of is I can never remember the whole right brain, left brain thing. I can never remember if you're right brain and you're left-handed, then you are very analytical, or if you're right brain and left-handed, like you're creative. I can never remember which side is which, but I'm going to leave that up to you to like Google that if you don't already know it. And the message coming through is there's a lot of warmth and illumination coming into my right side. Okay. There's like a light shining in here and it is spreading that way. So that's the first message to you that I can't fully explain because I can't remember right brain, left brain stuff, but that's the message that's coming through, okay? So let's go ahead and get these cards out. What is the best route to take? Answer. Five of Swords in reverse, Queen of Cups upright, Eight of Rods. I'm getting picking up the pieces and navigating this with an understanding of the emotional landscape, being really good at communicating. Something may have occurred that makes everyone feel like they didn't win, makes everyone feel a little defeated, but it's like you've already done that and you're moving past that. And now the route to take is going to be through listening to what's percolating from your subconscious. Remember, the Queen of Cups has a lot to do with subconscious and intuition, but she's also the most powerful communicator in terms of understanding an emotional landscape. Okay, so she's really good at communicating emotions and understanding other people's emotions. Great at reading body language. So if you can if you can take that route, that is going to be the most direct route to take for this, is understanding the emotional landscape and being able to persuade people. Okay, there's a persuasion involved in this, and it's not a manipulation. There's a big difference that sometimes people feel like when they are trying to persuade others, they have to use manipulative tactics to do so. That's not what you're being asked to do. You're being asked to simply persuade people based on the truth. It's what's evident. It's about making sure that you're communicating the truth in a way that other people are going to hear and understand and be sort of motivated to act on, okay? Eight of Cups in reverse. Don't look back, okay? Don't look back. High Priestess in reverse. When you made the decision to do something, you understood. You could see, you could read between the lines. There was something that inspired you to make a decision. Now you are dealing with what to do next, the next step. Make sure you remember what persuaded you in the first place, what inspired you, and don't look back, okay? Keep uncovering the stones as you move along. And then you've got the King of Cups. This is really the leadership role of guiding everyone. Queen of Cups, King of Cups, working together They're clear on the goal, they're clear on the message, they know how to communicate it, and they know how to inspire people to get on board and do what needs to be done. And things are going to move very quickly with this. So this is the best route to take, all right? Don't look back, don't change course, keep moving forward using this energy, okay? That's the route to take. Answer, there's still more truth to be told. There's still more truth to be told. The answer is honesty and truth, okay? The truth shall set you free. All right. And clarity. There's clarity needed. There's still some clarity missing, which is why you need to take this role in the cups. Chasing peace. I'm a Cancer. What do you see happening with my love life? Thank you for Stephen's answer. Thank you, Stephen, for that question. Okay, chasing peace. What do you see happening with their love life? What do you see happening with their love life? Chasing peace. What do you see happening with their love life? Page of Cups in reverse. Justice in reverse. Queen of Pentacles upright. So the first thing that needs to be understood is that you're a once bitten, twice shy kind of person right now. That's kind of how you're feeling, and that is what is leading the romantic landscape of your life right now. So you are watching out to make sure you don't repeat the same mistake twice. But in doing so, you are limiting your opportunities, okay? There are opportunities here in the love life situation. But if you're too shy and jaded and skeptical to see those because you've been hurt in the past, you might be blocking some of that energy. What you have to understand is what you did in the past, those mistakes that occurred with people that may have hurt you or things didn't go out like well, those are what have led you in the direction that you're going now. And it's going to actually open opportunities for new love, for good love that's going to work for you. The Queen of Pentacles means that there's really something at hand. Somebody is probably either entering into your life right now or they're about to. And this could be a really interesting person for you. Two of Swords, see, the thing is they're trying to come in and you're still being very defensive. You're still being blocked and walled. So you're blocking that from coming in. It's there for you. Yeah, you're Magician. Take some time today and in the coming days, okay, take some time to do that healing work, to make sense of the relationships in the past that are getting in the way. Really have closure on those so that you can open the doors for some new love, some new relationships, because they want to come in, but you're not quite ready to handle it yet, okay? You've got this Ace of Pentacles coming in. Like, really, this is a good opportunity. And if you can shed some of that baggage right now, even if it means you got to call some people up and be like, hey, I never really got a chance to tell you that the way things happened really did hurt me. Or call some people up and say, hey, the way things happened, I've been thinking a lot about it and I'm sorry. You know, it's time for some closure, for some clarities and healing so that you can move on and accept some of the love that's trying to come in. Okay? Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. It's trying to come in. You gotta fix some things in order to let it. Okay? So chasing peace, that's for you. Thank you for letting me read your cards today. Forever life, spirit never dies. That not good. Get rid of the cat. Can't get rid of the cats. Taylor Ray, good morning. Okay, what should you tap into to find motivation? Welcome in. Let's find out what you can tap into to get some motivation. What's going to motivate? And I don't know if it's Taylor Ray or Taylor. So I'm just going to say whatever comes out of my mouth at the time. What's going to motivate Taylor Ray? Taylor Ray. I think that's fun. Taylor Ray is beautiful, but Taylor Ray sounds, it's just fun to say. It's just really fun to say. Let's get some motivation here. What can they tap into? Into motivation. Ooh, 8 of Rods. That's a lot of energy going in a direction. So you might want to look at focusing your energy, okay? King of Cups, that is emotional well-being. That is learning how to navigate your emotions. And this is sort of an internal thing. It's like you need to take this opportunity to learn how to motivate yourself. You know, it's not going to be an external motivating factor. It's going to be internal. And then there's your 9 of Pentacles. So the best thing for you to do is look at, to motivate yourself right now, look at your accomplishments. Keep your chin up, okay? And understand how many things you have accomplished. And see which ones make you feel most fulfilled and satisfied, okay? That's going to be the quickest route to getting motivated right now, is looking inward and navigating that emotional landscape so that you're by seeing what you've already accomplished. You need to really get tapped into the things that make you feel most inspired. And the easiest way to do that is to look back at your past and see what it is you've most recently or ever accomplished and felt really, really good about. You can also lean on your partner. If you have a partner, someone who has always inspired you. It's not necessarily, because it's the 2 of Cups, it's not necessarily a romantic partner. This is the person who has always inspired you or motivated you. So talk to them too. See if you can just have a conversation with them, because if in the past they've inspired you by accident or motivated you by accident, maybe that'll happen again. So don't be afraid to reach out. Yeah, and this is going to help you get sort of back on track for sure. The 2 of Pentacles in reverse followed by the Chariot. This is all about picking up where you are, picking up where you left off, and just getting back on track. You're starting this with the 8 of Rods and ending this with the Chariot. That is forward momentum, big time forward momentum. So there's how to get motivation today. Remember the things that you've already done that inspire you, and connect with someone who regularly inspires you, regularly makes you feel motivated. Sometimes we need a little bit of fire lit under our tush in order to kind of get the juices flowing, all right? So figure out what it is and then talk to the person you know will motivate you. I'm feeling like that 2 of Cups, if you've ever had someone who's like a coach, like, you know, I don't know if you've ever played sports or anything, but, you know, or had a favorite teacher who was always really motivating, think of those people, all right? Think of those people and see if you can have a conversation with them, and then move on from there. That's going to give you your motivation. Thank you for letting me read your cards today. Thank you for that answer. Ana Lopez, when I laid my emotional need boundary out, did I scare the app guy away or change his mind? Okay, so when you laid out your emotional boundary and need, did it scare that guy away or change his mind or feelings. Okay. What happened when Ana Lopez laid out her boundaries and her needs? What happened with the guy? Five of Cups in reverse, Page of Pentacles in reverse, Justice in reverse, Three of Cups upright. What am I hearing coming through with these cards? What I'm hearing is a lot of past stuff coming up. Okay, so I'm not sure if the guy is scared off or if it has made things uncomfortable for you having expressed those boundaries. Do you have an expectation that because in the past, whenever you asserted your boundaries and your needs, they were either ignored or rejected? Is there something coming up with you that is causing you to have a perspective based on a filter right now? Because you've got this Three of Cups. There's still connection with this person. This person is still someone to have fun with. This is an emotionally fulfilling partnership or friendship, okay? This is a good connection. But there's this injustice here based on past experience, past disappointments that are kind of coming back up again. So it might not be that you scared him away. It might be that now that you've asserted this boundary, you are seeing things that might not necessarily be there. Does that make sense? Like there are little parts inside of you that are saying, oh, you shouldn't have done that. And now look, see, there's evidence for why you shouldn't have done that. When in actuality, this is the fear coming up from those parts of you that are trying to protect you from rejection and from disappointment, because they've been rejected and disappointed before at times that you've asserted your needs and boundaries. They're coming up right now. And I think that with these three cards coming in here for how to go about this, you yourself need to take a little bit of introspective break. Like before you engage with this person again, take that time and work through some of these parts that are popping up and telling you made a mistake and telling you, look, there's evidence that you've made a mistake. And see if you can let some of that pain go, because you're at a new place right now. Things that happened in your past aren't always going to happen again, especially if you've done things slightly differently or if you're a different person now than you were. So this Ten of Swords in reverse is saying this is already a new situation. Don't go back. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Don't go back to the way you would have handled it in the past, where you assert your boundary and then find evidence as to why other people disrespect that boundary. Okay? See if you can move forward with more clarity this time. And let the guy show you or tell you from his own words or his own expression how he feels about those boundaries. And see, like maybe ask. If in the past you've been afraid to ask, maybe now's an opportunity to ask. But you don't want to assign meaning right now. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. This situation of you asserting your boundaries is bringing you to an emotional place where you're feeling isolated and disconnected from this person. And it's all based on facts of what happened before. So it's one of those situations. Yeah, you're looking, there's so much looking back at the past. It's time to, and here's the thing, you need to move around today. Because when we are experiencing something that brings up past trauma or past pain, the worst thing you can do is stay still. Physically, your body needs to move through this. So go for a walk. When you're taking this time to be introspective, it doesn't mean sit quietly alone. It means movement. You have to be moving through this, okay? Because you're releasing right now. All right. So you're up against a bit of a challenge because there's no greater opponent than our own past and our beliefs of our past. So this is definitely more about you scaring yourself off than scaring this guy off. Okay. So see what you can do to work through some of that in the coming days. And then let's revisit the same question. All right. And I would encourage you maybe to see if you can work some of these things through before getting back together with this person. Because right now, all of your parts are looking for evidence and they're going to find it. They're going to find evidence to support what they believe is true. Okay. I hope that makes sense. That's definite. There was a lot of heavy energy coming through in that reading. And it's probably good for you to work through some of that. All right. Thank you for letting me read your cards today. Anna Banana, can I trust the people who are helping me? Anna Banana, can they trust the people that are helping them? Temperance in reverse, 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Queen of Rods in reverse. 4 of Rods in reverse. The Tower. Only to an extent. Okay? Although what I'm hearing come through is the people who are helping you don't necessarily have bad intentions, okay? But they also might not know the best answer either, and they might be leading you in the wrong direction, okay? You don't want to go all in on relying on their help. This is going to be a situation where you need to be the decision maker for sure. And you need to continue working on what you believe is the best course of action here. Because there is a danger of things going awry if you continue to move in the direction that they are recommending. You've got the Queen of Rods in reverse. I think that something about this just does not feel right to you, and also feeling diminished. Like maybe the people who are helping you are coming at this as if they know the best way to move forward. Like they know what to do. They're the experts here. You should listen to everything they say, and whatever you're telling them, they're not quite listening. You know, it's like they really feel like they're the expert and they're not totally listening to what you're in need of. All right. And I think that is why the Tower is in this reading, because there's going to be a breakdown. there's going to be upheaval because your people who are helping you just aren't exactly on the same page, and you're feeling sort of diminished. Yeah, the Temperance is in reverse, so there's this feeling of excess or extreme. You know, there's no balance here. You need to take their advice and help with a grain of salt, basically. Okay? You need to still make your own decisions here and do what feels right to you, and keep moving forward with your own best effort, your own best understanding of the situation, and then let them sort of aid you or help you where where help is required, but don't let them take over. There's a strong feeling of oppressiveness in this. Like they're going to take it over and it's going to mess everything up. So you got to really take the lead on this. And if they offer you help, if it feels like, yes, that would actually be a big help, then let them. But if not, and they're just trying to take the reins for you, maybe that's not a good situation. Okay? It's like, I don't know, if they, to put it in simple terms, if they come over to your house for a dinner party and they offer to help, don't let them make the soup, let them wash the dishes. You know what I mean? It's sort of like that. So I hope that helps. I don't feel anything nefarious or intentionally harmful. I think they actually want to help. I just don't know that the help they're offering is the help you actually need. So you take the lead on that. All right? I'm glad you asked that question, Anna Banana, because there was some messaging coming through for you that you needed to hear. Ana Lopez, just an update on our connection I guess. His name starts with R. Just an update on our connection, I guess. His name starts with R. All right, Ana Lopez, connection with R. Update on the connection with R. Ana Lopez, update on the connection with R. Queen of Swords in reverse. That's interesting because you're asking about a connection, and the Queen of Swords in reverse could represent a communication breakdown. And then you've got the Six of Swords upright. And then the Fool. Queen of Rods in reverse. You know what? You need to be in a position where you can freely express yourself with this person. And I don't think that you feel comfortable doing that yet. I think what needs to happen here with this connection with R is that you really assert what it is your intentions are, what it is you want, how you feel. Don't hide anything about yourself. Be confident and then see what happens. Okay? This is one of those times where you really do need to be yourself and allow whatever happens to happen. There's an opportunity here for a great deal of potential. Okay, the Fool is the beginning, the very beginning of something that could really turn into something wonderful. And right now, we don't know if the connection with R is what's going to turn into something wonderful, like a beautiful relationship with them, or if it's going to be a wake-up call. We don't know which direction this is going to go yet. But what's needed is total honesty, real depth of communication and sharing. Really let this person know who you are and what your expectations are. And then, just sort of deliver that and see what happens. And don't be attached to the outcome here. That's really important. The Fool is asking you to just trust that, and the Fool and the Six of Swords are asking you to just trust that if you're fully open and honest and you are being yourself right now, the outcome will be worth it. You will get the desired outcome, even if you don't know what the desired outcome is right now. That is what's going to bring forth the win, the highest good. Yeah, there's a lot of hiding. There's a lot of miscommunication, or just not open. It's just not open communication. So the connection is lacking because the communication is lacking. And you got to open that up to see what is the highest good of this situation. There's a reason for R, and you don't know what the reason is yet. But to find the reason, you got to be yourself. Okay? Thank you for letting me read that. You're welcome, Divine Timing. Wow, that's interesting. So I'm sure that that's why that was coming in. It needed to really connect with you, Stephen. Instagram is Enfys Tarot. Anna Banana. Did I not read your cards? Yes. Okay, I did. Anna Banana, I hope that you saw that. If you didn't see your cards, rewind, because I did read them for you. I don't know yet. Ana Lopez, I don't know how R is going to respond. There's a reason that you have connected with him at all. And there's a great deal of potential for highest good. We just don't know what that highest good is yet. Okay, so you definitely need to be yourself. Even if people have told you that you're a lot or you're too much, you need to just be yourself and see what of yourself is really a lot, or if sometimes the allotness is a protective measure, is that self-preservation sometimes. Like, be your true self, okay? No matter what it is. Ana Lopez, I think it's okay. I really do. Okay, Nadia, will Brandon reach out and things get better with us? He's going through some financial battles, and I set a boundary, and that caused a drift between us. Okay. Will Brandon reach out and things get better? He's going through some financial battles, and you set a boundary that caused a drift. Okay. Well, let's see. Okay, Nadia. Beautiful. Okay, so your first card is the Nine of Rods. This is a bit about like licking your wounds. I think both of you are sort of focusing on taking a breath, taking a breather, figuring out exactly where you stand, and understanding when to re-enter, when to keep going. Okay. I think, honestly, with the Six of Rods coming in and then the Eight of Cups coming in, I'm kind of thinking that after you guys both really understand the implications of this sort of drifting, you might find that you are going to be happier moving on. Okay? This might be the beginning of the end. Not that you have closure yet. I think there's still more time to sort of re-enter in conversation and have closure in some way or direction. But I don't know that it's the best thing for you guys, that you're going to end up getting back together and, you know, having a better relationship than before. I think this is the beginning of the end is what I'm seeing. I think you're going to find that you are both going to be interested in other people. You're both want to go your own direction. And that is where your highest good is. That's where the sun comes in. This event here is going to illuminate a lot about the relationship between you. It's going to give you the truth of who you are and who they are and whether or not you're going to work. Okay? And then the Four of Rods coming in here, you're going to end up being very, very happy. I don't know if it's going to be with this person or another person, but you're on the right track to get there. Does that make sense? Like, asserting your boundary was an important step, and it is going to guide you into the relationship that you're really looking for, whether it's with Brandon or someone else. Don't be afraid to continue standing in your space. Don't be afraid to continue reasserting your boundary. If you're doubting yourself, talk to other people and get some perspective that way. But don't change a boundary. You got to honor those boundaries, okay? And just let the truth be what it is. That's where you're going to have your satisfaction and your connection. That this is the celebration card. This is a good relationship card, all right? I'm not knowing yet if this is you and Brandon or you and someone else, but ultimately it's because of the boundary that you asserted, all right? Yeah, this is your opportunity. This is a big opportunity. So stand firm in this boundary, and don't be attached to Brandon. Let Brandon see the truth and let Brandon navigate the boundary. All right? Everything's going to be okay. Thank you for letting me read those cards. Thank you for that answer. Ariel Lewis, hi, welcome in. You're welcome, Anna Banana. Yes, yes. Hey, Samantha Marie. Yes, you may have a reading. What's your question? All right. Imad, hi. I'm curious to know if I should pursue the high risk, high reward option in my career, going abroad, expensive and uncertain, or staying in my home country. Boy, that's a toughie. Can we get a little guidance for Imad on this, whether or not they should take the high risk, high reward option or just stay where they are? What's the highest good on that one? What's going to bring Imad what they're looking for? They're looking for some peace of mind here. I think they would like to reap the rewards of this high risk option, but I don't know about the risk. What is this? What is this? Which direction should they take? Is this high risk, high reward option a good way to go? Okay, very little stability in the high risk, high reward option. The Star in reverse, the Empress in reverse, the King of Rods. Okay, so here's what's important for you to understand is that right now staying at home is sort of like the devil you know. It's never going to fully provide you with what it is you want. Okay? If you want what this high risk, high reward is potentially going to offer you, you are going to have to move forward with that. You're not going to get it by staying home. Okay, your Four of Wands is in reverse. That's instability. Your Star is in reverse. That's about where you belong in the grand scheme of things. It's also about timing. And then you've got the Empress in reverse. It's like you've outgrown your surroundings. Okay, and I think that that's why you're feeling like this opportunity that's presenting itself. I think that's why you're drawn to it more than even the reward of it, the financial reward of it. I think you're feeling like you've outgrown your home. Okay, and you're looking for expansion. King of Swords in reverse, Three of Cups in reverse, Ten of Rods upright. It's a sacrifice. Okay, the things that you're risking are not having the certainty, not being able to see into the future with this. You don't know what it's going to look like, right? It's like whatever you think it's going to be, it's not going to be that. It's also going to require a great deal of work. You're going to have to take on a lot of work. It's not going to be easy. And you're going to probably not be very connected socially right away. It's like you're going to be separated from your social circle, your friends, and you're not going to make friends right away wherever you're going. So there are some drawbacks to this career move. Okay, there's going to be a little bit of like loneliness, a little bit of separation, like isolation, a little bit of exhaustion. You really are going to have to work very hard, and there's no way for you to anticipate exactly what this is going to look like. Okay, but also you're outgrowing your home. You do need some kind of way to expand. Can you balance this out? Can you find a happy medium? Do you have to, is this a true dichotomy? Is this truly a one or the other thing, or is there possibly a third option? Because you don't want to rush into anything. I don't think you want to rush into this career move of whatever this offer is. Okay? You're going to have to kind of take little steps right now out of where you are. I don't think that you're supposed to jump into this. I really don't think it's going to bring you happiness. You've got to find another way to find balance, okay? You need growth. You definitely don't belong where you are. You do need growth. You're right about that. But you're also right that this might be a little too risky, and you might not get the rewards that you're hoping for. All right, so take a look and see if there's another option. See if you have a third option or maybe a fourth option. You might need to learn a little bit more. You had that Page of Swords in reverse. I think you're not seeing all the options, and I think you need to learn more about what's out there. Okay? Don't pigeonhole yourself right now. Thank you for that reading. Nadia, I feel like that's a red flag. I kind of feel like that's a red flag. If you guys were having a great relationship and then he had financial problems and you were helping him, and then as soon as you said, I can't help you anymore financially, he stopped talking to you. I don't like the way that feels. See where this goes. All right? Stand firm on your boundary and see where this goes. All right, Samantha Marie, what can Spirit tell me today? I don't know exactly what I'm wanting to ask. What can Spirit tell Samantha Marie? Spirit, what do you have for Samantha Marie? They're not sure what to ask. There's one message from you, which is appropriate for Third Eye Thursday. What's your message to Samantha Marie? What do they need to know? The Hermit, introspection. Page of Pentacles, slow and steady and learning something new, some new opportunity presenting itself. Seven of Cups in reverse, a little confused. Eight of Swords, oh. Sometimes our spirit guides are smarty pants. So you do know what you want to ask today. There is a question that you need to ask today, but you have to be honest with yourself about what that question is. You have to let go and just ask the question. Okay? That's it, you're confused right now, unsure of what to ask because there's a bit of fear in seeing that question, in acknowledging that question. Okay? If you look inward, you will find that there is a question that you want to know. And that's actually that's your advice today, is you got to look inward. You have to confront something today that you're kind of in denial about. Okay? The fact that you're not sure what to ask today is because you're afraid to face what you might need to ask today. There's something under the surface that you're kind of ignoring. Okay? You got to let go of that fear and confront the question. You're afraid of the question. But that's what's needed. Take some time today to be introspective and confront what it is you might be wanting to ask so that you can get back on stable footing, so you get regrounded. Okay? Introspection. Let go of the fears. And today you're going to need a little bit of self-care. All right? Take care of yourself. Take some time for yourself. Reconnect with yourself. All right? And see what that question is supposed to be. It's probably the one that you're most afraid of asking. You're welcome, Imad. Yeah, for sure, Stephen. Yes. Yes. Hi, Ria. Yes, welcome in. So I am reading tarot cards. I'm answering one question per person. And as a matter of fact, we've been on here for a little over an hour. You're going to be my last reading. So let's see. Hello, what are we talking about? I just came. You got my attention. Can you do that for you? Yes. Do you have a question? Or do you want me to give you a general reading? Ria need to know today. General reading, you got it. Thanks for stopping in. What does Ria need to know today? General reading, please. Highest good. a favor and send out just a little mental note to your spirit guides and let them know that it's okay with you that I connect. Just send out a little message with your permission. Thank you. Got a little bit more, a little bit more. General reading for Ria. Nine of Rods in reverse. Wow, okay. So Ria, you've got the Nine of Rods in reverse followed by the Death card. So it feels very much like you've been taking steps to transform. You've been doing something to heal, some healing work, some self-growth. And maybe you have taken just a bit of a break because sometimes it can be exhausting, overwhelming. Sometimes we can be on a healing journey and transforming, and then we take a misstep, and when we stumble we have to like lick our wounds, you know. It's time for you to step back in. This is a big don't give up reading, okay? So whatever you've been working toward, you got to step back in there and keep doing it. Keep up the good work, because the Death card does not mean death. Death card means something is going to be put to an end so that new life is created. This is a transformation. This is moving from one being to another being, right? It's metamorphosis, okay? So get back in there. Don't give up. King of Rods in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, Three of Swords in reverse, Five of Rods in reverse. Yeah, this has to do with fear of failure. Maybe there was a little misstep, and you know, it's like a kid riding the bike. They fall off, they skin their knee. You gotta go ahead and get back on the bike now. You're like, just keep going. Don't feel guilty about this. If you're transforming for your highest good, for your highest path, some people aren't gonna like it. They're not gonna understand it. They're gonna make you feel guilty about it. Don't feel guilty. Do not feel guilty. Three of Swords in reverse. Okay? You gotta just get out there and let the conflict happen. I don't think you like conflict. I think you have a hard time navigating conflict. And you're not really sure what to do in those situations. How can you do that? Oh yeah, you're attached to that. Seven of Pentacles reversed, Devil reversed, Page of Swords upright. You got to think with clarity your way out of this. If you're in any relationships that are not good for you, it's time to move on from those. You got to let them stay in the past. Okay, this is you weeding the garden and creating space for beautiful things to come in. That's Seven of Pentacles in reverse. You've already acknowledged what isn't working. You know what isn't working, and now you're trying to see how you can get out of those situations without burning any bridges or hurting any feelings or making life difficult. There are going to be a couple of confrontations that are very uncomfortable, and you're just going to have to get through it. You just got to keep going, all right? So be honest with yourself and others right now and keep putting one foot in front of the other. Don't give up. Thank you for letting me read your cards today. Thank you, Ria. And Sip, welcome in. All right. That's it for today. That was a Third Eye Thursday reading. If you guys are new to the channel, if you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing. I'll be back tomorrow for the Friday Fast 5, and I will be answering questions, one question per person tomorrow. So subscribe so you get that notification that I'll be here. Have a wonderful Thursday. Enjoy, spring is here. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.